Okay, this is a tutorial of Bob Dylan's classic folk song, Blowin' in the Wind, which he recorded back in the early 60s, I believe under Columbia Records, I think. Okay, now the way I'm going to show you how to play this song is the way that I play the song in my cover version. Alright, so, if you haven't checked out my cover version of this song yet, why don't you give it a listen, and if the guitar part sounds like something you might want to play, then you can watch the rest of this tutorial. I play it different than the way Dylan played it on his original recording. He uses more of a 2/4 folk style strumming pattern, whereas I use a finger picking pattern that sounds something like this. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Okay, so I will walk you through the chords that I'm playing quickly, and I'll also try to explain as best I can the type of finger picking pattern that I'm using. I'm using, I guess you would call it a Travis picking type of pattern. Alright, so to start out with, my guitar is capoed on the 4th fret. I believe that's what I had it capoed on in my cover of this song. Okay, so it's on the 4th fret. So all the chords that I'm going to go through right now are relative to this capo. Okay, so for example, the first chord is going to be an open C chord, but with the capo at the 4th fret, it's going to sound like it's in the key of E. It's going to sound like an E chord because it's in the key of E with the capo at the 4th fret. Okay, playing a C chord. All right, so I'll just walk through the chords first. Starting with the open C. C, C, F, F, C, C, C. C, C, F, F, G. C, C, F, F, C, C, C. C, C, F, F, G. C, C, F, F, C, C, C. C, C, F, F, G. F, F, G. C, walk down A minor. F, F, G, C. Okay, those are all the chords. So basically, that was one verse and one chorus. You just repeat that, 3 times throughout the song, and that's your entire song. Okay, so very simple. Again, the chords are C, F. You can play the F bar chord, or you can play the partial F chord. Doesn't matter. Okay, so C, F, G, and A minor. And I would just like to note that the C chord that I'm actually playing throughout this song is a C with a G note in the bass, okay, which basically means I'm playing a regular C chord, okay, but I'm also adding the G note, okay, on the 6th string, okay, on the low E string. Alright, now let me try to explain the finger picking pattern that I'm using. Again, I guess you could call it a Travis picking type of finger picking pattern. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm going to be starting on the C chord. The order of the strings, okay, let's see, the order of the strings is 5, 3, 4, 2. So 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. And if you've never played this type of pattern before, I would start slowly, okay, because it can be a little bit tricky if you've never attempted it. Once you get the hang of it, practice a little bit for a couple weeks, you'll see that it's actually pretty simple. Okay, so again, the order with the C chord with the G in the bass is 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm using my thumb to play the lowest 3 strings, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th strings. And I'm using the other fingers to play the highest 3 strings, okay? The treble strings, I guess you would call them. Okay, so again, 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Once you get a little comfortable, you can start to speed it up. And it should start to sound something like that. So from the C, how many? You're going to go to an F. Again, you can play the F bar chord like I'm playing here, or the partial F. Really doesn't matter since you're picking out individual notes. Okay. So for the F, the order is going to be 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. So let's start from the C, and then go to the F. So again, the F is 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Start to speed it up. So, how many roads must a man walk down before you call him a... From that point, I'm going to the G. Man. Okay, now the order in which I'm plucking the strings for the G is, again, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. And sometimes I do grab that high E string. You can just play it like this too. Or you can grab the high E string, whichever sounds better to you. So again, it's 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so how many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? And what I do sometimes when I'm going back to the C chord, I will walk up to the C. Okay, so it'll sound something like this. What I mean by walking up is I'm hitting the open A string, right, the 5th string, and then the 2nd string on the A string, which is the B note, and then the C note. Okay, so that's what I mean by walking up to the C. So walking up. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? And then you're going to go to the F. The answer, my G friend, is blowing. Now from this point you're going to walk down to the A minor from the C. You're going to go. So instead of walking up like we did before, now we're walking down from the C to the A minor. So from the C note to the B note to the open A note. And then you would play the A minor. So the answer, my friend, is blowing in the... Then you're going to play the A minor. Wind. The pattern for the A minor chord is 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2. Then you're going to go back to the F. The answer, G, is blowing in the wind. Okay, and that's pretty much the entire song. Okay, that's the way that I play it. I hope it was a little bit helpful. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to drop me a line, send me an email, or leave a comment. Alright, see you guys later.